Timing of this is interesting. Why? Because it's happening at the same time as that hearing is going on. You have the Department of Justice and the federal judge that we've also been talking about a lot, who's the one demanding info about the deportation flights that he ordered turned around, the ones that went to El Salvador. So that's happening right now as well. The president weighed in on all this today, taking some more shots at the judge and the Democrats. Listen.
Their new policy is, let's bring Nicaragua back into our country. We can't let a judge say that he wants him. You know, he didn't run for president. He didn't get much more than 80 million votes.
All right, how's it all playing on the border? We have the sheriff now from Cochise County, Arizona, joining us. Welcome back to Sheriff Mark Dannels. Good to see you, Sheriff, as always. How is it all playing on the border? Are you watching these cases back and forth? Or I'm sure you got more important things to do than watching what's going on the ground and encounters and arrests. What would you say?
Well, let me just say, give you an update on the border compared to where we've been the last 4 years is night and day. I mean, we used to have 2 to 10 pursuits a day. We're down to 1 or 2 a week. Big difference there as the cartels re-strategize what they're going to do. But when it comes to what's going on in Washington, D.C., we have a lot of engagement. Last Monday, the sheriff met with Tom Holman. We talked about some issues, some challenges. I was on the phone with DHS yesterday on some strategy. Second of all, with our own state, talking some fentanyl challenges and some of the things we're doing for interdiction. So again, we're engaged, we're working together, and I kind of said this all along. When state, local, and federal work together, we best serve our country. Yeah, that's what they were talking about, I think, in Florida with that announcement that we just took, the coordination on these arrests that they just announced, 68 gang members. Okay, so let me float a theory to you, and you tell me if it's right or wrong on this. We have lawyers that come on and talk about these deportation flights, and we have, and I think there are legit questions to raise and go back and forth. We'll keep doing that. We'll get an update from the hearing. But from your point of view, when a story like this comes out, I feel like part of the reason that the administration goes so aggressively on something like this, even if they think they might get shot down in the courts, and sometimes they do, is to send a message to areas like where the one you're in. And I wonder what type of message is being received. In other words, are people being scared into doing things like self-deporting? Are people being scared into not coming in the first place? And, you know, is that, if that's the message, is it having the intended effect? Well, McConnell, I'd be the first to say it does. You look at the non-political statistics on the border over just the last, 2 months or the 45 days that President Trump's been in office. I mean, what a reduction. We got remarkable numbers, manageable numbers, I call them, on our border. That's because he's placed consequences in place. He's got new policies, and it's all actionable. What you're seeing playing out on the due process rule of law, which I 100% respect, the fact is we're taking, and let's not forget, these are terrorists. These are bad people. These are violent criminals, the worst of the worst, no secret to what they're doing, that is being addressed right now. I don't think anybody in America wants them as a neighbor. Let's just be real on that. So let's do it the right way. They're in a place now. They're not going to harm any American citizens. Let due process take its course.
So are you more busy than you were, less busy, doing different things than you were? How's your personal, kind of life changed, or your work life changed?
It's called going back to normalcy, what a normal sheriff does in this country, even a border sheriff, where we're not having the influx of border traffic crime on the border that we have. Like I've said before to you, Connell, we booked over 4,100 people for border-related crimes, not immigration, border-related, state-violated crimes in my jail in 3 years. I'll get the stats here in about a week to see what it's like on this quarter, but I can almost guarantee you it's drastically lower than that, not even close. So we're getting back to normalcy, what a sheriff normally does, and that's normal calls. We respond to take care of our citizens. Do we have border crimes? Do we have drugs coming across? Of course we do. The state of Arizona, my office, and others are working right now to interdict those and be putting a pressure where it needs to be, and that is keeping fentanyl, methamphetamine coming into our communities throughout the United States and saving lives.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.